Yes, we're back and we're in the house for today's video, because today's video is a video about Irish football. But it's a certain level of Irish football, and it's NIFL, it's Northern Ireland football. And in Northern Ireland, we all know we've got the NIFL Premiership, the NIFL Championship, and then we've got the Premier Intermediate. And that is where we are going today, and that is where I am going this season. Did another video about Korean and NIFL and all that there stuff. Not get into that now, but I want to go and watch football and get immersed in football that is truly competitive and a level playing field. So the Premier Intermediate is where we're going to be. We'll also go to a few top flight games, still go to a few Korean games and that there. But anyway, here we go. The Northern Ireland Football League Premier Intermediate Division is shaping up to be the most interesting setup there has been in Irish League football since restructuring back in the mid to late noughties. The league is arguably the most competitive and difficult league in the NIFL pyramid this season, and with that comes plenty of issues, and the main one being money. But we'll get to the money at the end. We're going to talk about football. This season there'll be an expanded league which sees two teams promoted up into NIFL: Coke United and Rathfriland. It's a hard word to say. Rathfriland, I think that's it. And it also sees the return of Warren Point following the controversy regarding licences and HMRC issues. We're not going to get into them neither. Then you've also got the PSNI, who finished bottom of the league but have been given a reprieve. There's plenty of discussions that could be had over the reasons and methods of a restructure, but we're not here to talk about that. They've made their deals, they've done their deals, and now we're going to talk about playing ball. So this year in the Premier Intermediate League, there's 14 teams. It's the largest league in the NIFL pyramid, which to me makes it the most difficult league. And the 14 teams that will make up the league are, and this is going to be a bit of magic: Armagh City, Ballymacash Rangers, Banbridge Town, Coke United, Dolanstown, Limavady United, Lisburn Distillery, Myola Park, Portstewart, PSNI, Queen's University, Rathfriland, Tobermoor United, and Warren Point Town. This season there's going to be plenty of derbies in the league. It will be keenly contested, and there will be a bit of spice. At this early stage, there are teams that are strengthening for a promotion push. There's also teams whose aim will just be to remain in the NIFL pyramid. A lot of this season I'm going to be spending focusing following this league. I'm going to follow my hometown Portstewart. That'll be the main team. That's where the bulk of the content will probably come from. But I have a project on the go, and I'll know in the next few weeks whether it's a goer, and it will be really interesting for anybody who follows, probably anyone who follows football, to be honest with you, but anyone who follows football in Northern Ireland. So the video today is to bring a bit of awareness to the wider audience with regard to the Premier Intermediate League. A few months ago was at a Portstewart against Lisburn Distillery match, and I talked to Barry Johnson and Johnny Law about why people should watch this league. Have a wee listen.
Listen, it is underrated, I'm not joking. I was Ballymena District last year, and even the jump from Ballymena District to the Premier Intermediate, it's unbelievable. The fitness, dedication, the application of the players is night and day. And when they come to see decent football, but a lot of physical football, to see players who just leave everything on the line. I love it. It reminds me of myself as a player. It's the type of league I would love to have played in. Myself and Ryan Catney and George McMullen, we often talk about it. it's a good league. It's an exciting league. There's not much difference in all the teams, so you always get a good competitive game. It's very rarely there's a 4 or 5-0, winning any game. It's always 1 or 2 goals maybe is the difference. So listen, it's a good product, and I think it should be publicised more.
There's nothing left in the changing rooms. Everybody's hell for the other, and it's good football to watch. It can be, as you got the leagues, it can become quite boring at times, but you certainly get entertainment when you come here, that's for sure. And this league is full of teams who just go out all out to win games, and that's why it's so entertaining. And
there's plenty of subplots in this division this year. Warren Point, they'll want to go straight up, but what sort of squad will they have? Players are leaving, players are transfer listed. At this moment, do Warren Point know what they've got? Is Barry Gray going to stay in charge? So many questions. I don't know the answers. Do they know the answers? Another subplot, Moyola. Their pitch has been condemned. They have a 3G pitch at Mill Meadow for a long time now, since back when I was playing, so it's over 10 years. Their pitch has been condemned, so they're ground sharing with Tobermore, who are their derby rival. So there's going to be at least 3 matches between them at Tobermore's Fort William ground. Fort William Park. I think it's Fort William Park. Last season, Moyola strengthened. They brought in a lot of players. They brought in Parky from Korean. They brought in Edgar and Falls from Port Stewart. They also brought in the goalkeeper, Finlay. They were signing boys left, right and centre. Did it help them? No. They underachieved last year. What happens to them this year? Got Limavady. Owens' back. Paul Owens came back from Korean to manage his hometown team. This season, they've already strengthened. They brought in former Korean player Ian Parkhill from Moyola. Graham Crown has returned to Limavady, who was also at Korean. And Keelan Brennan, who's a young player who was on the fringes of the squad and was loaned out to Limavady last year. My own team, Port Stewart, had a season of major transition last year. There was a lot of youth in the panel, like 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 16-year-olds at a stage. But this year, Johnny Law will go out and he'll sign a couple of experienced players. And Johnny, as I know Johnny wants to fight for promotion if he can. If he can put together a squad that can get up there into the playoffs position, there's one man, it's Johnny, he can do it. Unknown quantities are Coke and Raf Ryland. I hate that word, I hate that name. We don't know what they're all about. There's very little coverage of the Ballymena League and the Mid-Ulster League, so nobody knows what they're going to come in with. Coke are lucky enough that they're in an area of the country where there should be plenty of ballers. There's Cookstown's a big town, they're a couple of miles outside Cookstown, so they might be able to tap into that market if they haven't already. For me, I think the favourites for promotion will be between Ballymacash, Warren Point, Limavady United, and Queen's University will want to push up there as well. They had a good run last season. So, sales pitch. I would suggest to all of you who watch the wee videos to make an effort to attend a Premier Intermediate League game or two this season. It's relatively cheap. It's around £5 to £7 a game for an adult. It's raw. It's full of heart and endeavour. The players leave nothing on the pitch. And it's great to see. There's very little rolling around and all that there stuff. Real men, and young men as well. Young men are playing more and more in this league because it's toughening them up. But you go down to one of these grounds, Port Stewart's a great example, Banbridge. You go down, go into the bar, get a wee drink, you can chat with the other team's fans. There's only ever about 50 or 60 at the games. We need to get that up, and have a few wee nice days out. Another thing about this league is it's easily accessible for most people down one side of the country. If you're on the other side, if you're in the west, you've got Institute, you've got Dergu and you've got Ballymallard, who are all in the championship, which is a league above. Slightly better standard in that league, but we're not focusing on that, we're focusing on this one. So there's a map which should cover the screen about now, which will show you the locations of all the grounds. You can see Portstewart, Warren Point. That is a trek. That must be the furthest game in Irish League football this year. Anyway, back onto the sales pitch. These clubs at this level, they have very little income. They struggle to pay their bills. They're all volunteers running the club, and a lot of the clubs, it's a more mature generation of fan and volunteer and people who run the club. They need help. Sometimes they say they need help, sometimes they don't say they need help, but they need help. Social media is a massive thing. Here we are on social media, and a lot of these clubs, the social media is for nothing. It's rubbish. You go to look for a score, you can't find a score of a game. On Monday night, Coke were playing Oxford Sunnyside in the playoff game, and neither club's social media was doing updates in the match. That can change. That can change because somebody who is from Coke, who goes to their games, can say to them, guys, do you want me to do your social media for you? It's as simple as that there. Get new Twitter accounts up, get the Instagram on the go, and start doing stuff. It costs nothing, you're getting the matches for free as well. But the clubs need us, the fans, the locals, the local people, to come and help them. There's no funding at all at this level. It's mental crazy. And I know this here from talking down Portstewart, and I was talking to Tobermore. I've talked to quite a few people at different clubs throughout the last couple of years, and they're all they just want help, financially, hands-on, the whole works. So go to your local club, ask them, can you help them? Join a committee, help fundraise, help match the experience. We can all do this here, and we can get involved in our local teams, even more so than the top flight. You know, the top flight, the likes of Korean and all, there's their volunteers there, and it's a big operation. Sometimes it's a bit daunting, and people are like, oh, I don't want to get involved in that. But you go down to the lower levels, they need help. Honestly, they need it. And I'm trying to help Portstewart this year. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know, whenever I was sick, actually, I sort of thought about everything there. And I was like, you know what? I want to go and help them, because I realise how hard it is for clubs to run. And I'm at an age now where I'm mature enough to understand it. So these clubs, they don't deserve to be forgotten about. They don't deserve it. They're the third level of football in Northern Ireland. It might sound like nothing, but it's the third level, like. You know, go out and help them. And you see this season, if everything goes according to plan, I'm going to try and give a real insight into this level of football in Northern Ireland. Anyway, from now on, every video I'm going to say, like, subscribe, share, leave comments, tell us who your local team is, and tell us why you support them or why you don't go to their games. And would you go to their games? You know, say, I've been doing Korean games regularly, like nearly every match over the last 2 years, and I don't want to video out them anymore, but I want to keep videoing. So now I have to do it differently. I just have to. I have to do it, because if I don't do what I'm doing, I would just stop the videos, and I like doing some of the videos, and I like learning stuff. And yes, I'm being selfish a wee bit that I'm stepping away from Korean, but I need to give myself a chance to see if we can make doing videos work. I'm just a wee mouthpiece from Portstewart, well, a big mouthpiece from Portstewart, but I love football and I just want to be involved. So anyway, like, share, subscribe, and let's get the Premier Intermediate League like that this year. Let's blow it up. Let's get the games. See if Korean are playing away from home, Portstewart at home, get down to a Portstewart game. It's as easy as that there. Where else is there? The mid-Ulster teams, like, I mean, there's Dollingstown, there's Banbridge, who else? There's Armagh. There's 3 teams. If Glenavon are away from home or Portadown away from home, go and watch them teams. You've also got Anna in the championship. So there's clubs all over the place. The only area of the countries that doesn't have anything at this Premier Intermediate is over the west, which has got championship, and over the east, which has also got championship. So let's go and enjoy football and understand it and watch men just go out and try their heart out. Anyway, that's me done. Hope you enjoy this wee video, wee bit different, wee introduction, and I'm looking forward to the new season, and I'm looking forward to this project if it comes off, and I'm still waiting to hear back. Anyway, cheers.